Starting off day 3 on our bike tour trip in Normandy. So we're gonna put in approximately 35 miles again today, which has been consistent. We're starting off in Grandcamp, heading over to Sainte-Mère-Église. As you can see behind me, I had to jump off real quick to see this gun battery that the Germans had set up. This is really off the beaten track, but this kind of stuff you can find all along the coast, not just where the landing beaches were, of course, but the entire French coastline, all the way up to Norway, in fact. The defenses were in place. This is the first opportunity I've had to see nondescript fortifications instead of just the popular ones. So hopefully we're gonna see more along the way on this generally unused track. On the open road in Normandy, France. Yeehaw! Another little French town passing through. And everywhere you go, there's monuments to the fighting here on D-Day. So all of these locations were fought for, especially one like this where there's a canal like this. This was a heavily fought after area. Endless little country roads like this with no cars at all. And in fact, they designate them as bike lanes and even sign them up with signs. We're now entering the town of Carentan. This was of a major importance for the Americans to capture this town, as multiple rail lines and road systems led in and out, and they paid dearly for this effort. All of this area was heavily fought over. Okay, so let's go through the town and we'll take a gander. Notre Dame of Carentan. The Americans actually tried to avoid destroying landmarks such as this, but unfortunately a lot of this town was pulverized. It was necessary to dislodge the Germans. Carentan. Just think of all the Germans and the US troops were here. You can see some of the buildings are original. They weren't destroyed, like this old bank. Wow, that's something. For sale. Anybody want to buy that? Just give you a taste of this place. Cool little river crossing over this old-fashioned bridge. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Check this out. There's a whole entire bike route all along the Utah Beach area, which is really easy to follow. They go over captured bridges and reservoirs and the beach areas where the airborne troops landed. There's plenty of firsts on this trip, but the one I'm going to talk about now is I've never been on roads this distance, this long without cars. Now, of course, they're little country roads, but this is a road in great shape. And without any cars to worry about, it is just such a pleasure, really. Important point, I was expecting rain today. It called for like 70% chance of just wicked rain. And instead, it's the nicest day that I've had since I've been out here. Hare Krishna. Sitting here taking a little break, having some croissants. And in front of me is a huge swamp area. Quite interesting. And then Utah Beach, or the water, you know, the channel is along here. As I was observing though, if you could see the point, let's see, right out there, as far as the land goes on the other side. I mean, I've been over there. I biked from around there, across all of these towns and areas, roads, villages, all the way around to this point. And this is really just a small portion of the terrain that I've covered in the last 3 days, and more to come. Just wanted to share this moment with you of beauty and peace. Unfortunately, even out here, I hear some weed whackers. Modern world. About to get our first glimpse of Utah Beach. Let's jump off the bike and climb on up there. The anticipation builds as we climb over the dune to make our first observation of Utah Beach, where the Americans landed. Here we go. Here it is. Look at this. American lives killed on this beach. And then what I've also come to is the main museum for Utah Beach. We'll go visit that momentarily. This is the epicenter for visitors and one of the key landing areas for the Americans as well. I mean, for one thing, it's just flat out beautiful. Of course, they didn't think it was so beautiful that day. They weren't really worried about what it looked like. Look at this, just absolutely gorgeous. If the Allies would have had a calm, beautiful day like this, there would be a lot less casualties. Many of the soldiers actually drowned. The tanks sunk because the waves were too high. They had missed landings all over the beaches, which created confusion and additional casualties. Oh, the water's very lovely. Be nice to swim. They came ashore. They were met with machine gun fire, artillery rounds landing all around them. They'd already seen boats get sunk by artillery hitting the landing craft. Their comrades lying all around them. There's obstacles all along the beach, and they storm up under a hail of gunfire, being shot down in mass. Extraordinary misery we bestow upon one another, we humans. Okay, men, move forward. Don't stop. You stay on the beach and you get killed. Keep pushing up. You've got it. Move. Luckily, that machine gun nest has been knocked out. Up we go, guys, over this hill. Keep going. Don't lay down. You got it. Up we go. There we go. Okay, we've liberated the beach. Time to go have a cold, refreshing drink. Coming off the Higgins boat onto the beach. It's a little memorial. Next stop, the Beach Landing Museum, which is a collection of both stories, information, as well as artifacts found from just the D-Day invasion. After we look at the B-26 Marauder, we'll go inside and see what other interesting artifacts we can find. And certainly here's one of the most iconic pieces of equipment from D-Day, the small landing craft. Can you imagine coming off of here, machine gun fire pouring in? There was thousands of these that were launched, getting troops onto the beach. Here's a really cool room. Got landing craft, German positions and artillery, machine guns, and it's actually facing the beach. Very nice. I think the barbed wire they were facing, the trenches. So this is our last beach stop. All four of the D-Day beaches we've seen, accumulating in Utah, which was absolutely extraordinary. Just everything about this beach is really amazing. The museum, the surroundings, just so much here. And surprisingly, just the absolute beauty. It's just gorgeous here. Here's a German flag. I guess they didn't have any members killed by the Nazis. We've arrived at our destination for the end of day 3, and we are in the town of Sainte-Mère-Église. And this is a famous church where, unfortunately, that paratrooper up there, you can see him, he got caught up there, and the Germans proceeded to blast him. So it's kind of mixed emotions that you see that poor guy is forever immortalized hanging from the tower. Kind of a bummer. Day 3 is concluded. A good 40 miles today, the longest of all. And tomorrow is our final push, day 4, heading to Cherbourg. Okay, we'll talk to you a bit later.